My name is Andre Lindenberg. I'm part of the CES division at Harrold's Group, where we manufacture containerized energy solutions. I'm standing here in one of our latest Sigenergy containerized solutions at South Ocean site in Johannesburg. They all consist out of the Sigenergy system, which is a 25 kilowatt inverter with 8 kilowatt hour battery stacks on top of them. What sets this container apart from anything else in the market, I believe, is the changeover time, specifically for this site where they've got very sensitive equipment that can't switch off during any load shedding scenarios. So with the Sigenergy solution, we have a 0 millisecond changeover from grid to off grid. They will have absolutely no downtime when there's a changeover from grid to off grid. And then also with the stacks that we have in here with the multiple inverters and batteries, whenever there's a problem on one of these inverters, the system will keep on working regardless. The demand on these containerized solutions, I believe, is going to increase by at least 100% in 2025. The key selling point to these containers is, I think, the footprint. It's a very compact system, and the mobility of it. If you ever need to expand, that option is available by adding another container or more stacks in the same container. And I believe that whenever you need to perhaps expand on your site and you need to move the site, the containers can easily be moved to a new location.
G'day, I'm Glenn Morris from the Smart Energy Lab, and I'm here today in Johannesburg with Hein from Harrold's, and he brought me over to see this amazing system which is running a factory. Now Hein, what is this factory?
So it's a cable factory. We actually built this container energy storage system in collaboration with Greensun, our EPC partner that did the entire development. Currently they're running multiple production lines manufacturing electrical cable on the inside.
So one of our new businesses, or new business ventures, if I would say that, is custom building energy storage containers for customers. And these are all designed custom to be based on the customer's need and not being a off-the-shelf, one size fits all. So every single container that we design with the customer in mind and what their needs are.
And what's the PV capacity on this?
So we've got 2 megawatts worth of DC PV capacity on the roof. And check this out, we've got 2.4 megawatts worth of AC inverters and 4.2 megawatts worth of DC battery.
Wow, so 4.2 megawatt hours of storage in 4 shipping containers.
Yeah, 4 shipping containers. We actually manufactured these shipping containers in Bloemfontein at our manufacturing facility and then transported them here to the factory here where they did the on-site installation and commissioning.
One of the biggest things that inspired this project for us was we actually had a meetup with the team from Greensun and the team from South Ocean. They really were looking for something that could solve their needs about power dips that they have been experiencing here in the south of Johannesburg. And they said to us, there is one big demand from the clients. They cannot have the factory go down for even 1 second because they're running large equipment manufacturing cable, and the wastage that actually happens when they are when they lose power, even for 1 second, is that the extruders and everything shuts down and they really have quite a mess to clean up afterwards. So one of the main key things was they were looking for something that has got seamless changeover.
Now I've seen already the Sigenergy systems inside here. Why did you choose Sigenergy?
So one of the main reasons for us was when we first engaged with the client, being a cable manufacturing facility, they cannot have even a slight interruption because they're running PVC extruders and you just have tons of wastage when that happens. So one of the main reasons we choose Sigenergy was because of their 0 millisecond changeover time.
Wow, what's the load?
Load at the moment, this factory is 1.7 megawatts.
When we explored this option with Sigenergy, we really actually looked at everything that there was, and there was no multi-megawatt size system available. Sigenergy was at that stage a 300 kilowatt system, so we really went out on a leap to work with Sigenergy on such a big system. So this was the first over a megawatt size project built with Sigenergy.
So you can switch 1.7 megawatts with 0 break?
Yeah, 0 break.
How do you do that?
Well, I'm going to take a walk with you and let me show you what's happening there.
Okay. So this is a gateway, I guess.
Yeah, gateway that we customly built because Sigenergy doesn't have commercially the big gateways available, so we worked with them directly to build these gateways customly in-house. So inside here, we have 2 by 2000 amp ACBs that basically take care of the changeover once Sigenergy senses that there is a grid outage coming.
So how many amps are you switching here?
2000 amps.
2,000 amps.
Times 2, because
Times 2.
we've got 2 gateways on the side.
So you can synchronize 2 gateways.
Yeah, and we actually have 2 tie-in points on this side, but it also builds a factor of redundancy that we can actually switch between the 2 with a changeover.
Have you tested it though?
Yes, we have. We actually did a dry test about a few days ago, and it was amazing. We didn't see any outage, you didn't see a flicker of a light, and the cable factory just kept on running.
Right, that's amazing.
I think one of the main things that I want to show you is how beautiful it looks inside the containers. This is all of the outside stuff, where all the industrial connections, but I think if we take a walk upstairs, I'm going to show you the real business end of the container.
Cool, let's check it out.
All the other battery energy storage systems in the market mainly consist of big container batteries with big inverters standing either next to the container, being built inside the container. They all mainly only do energy arbitrage or battery energy storage, where you have a lot of PV inverters on the outside. What sets this apart is we were able to put the PV inverters, the PCSs, the batteries, everything inside the container, so that we can make sure that everything runs at an optimal temperature, which gives the system a much longer lifespan, as well as it operates much more efficiently at the end of the day.
All right, Glenn, so you've also had a lot of experience working with Sigenergy in Australia. What do you think sets Sigenergy apart from the rest?
I guess the modularity, the fact that you've got the same form factor for the battery modules for the inverter, and you can mix and match to suit the capacity you need, from 5 kilowatt hour residential system to what, a 4.2 megawatt hour storage system.
Well, we'll show you that when we get inside now.
Cool.
Let's have a look.
Wow. Ha, this is next level.
So we are inside this beautiful air-conditioned container.
Wow.
Got 24 Sigenergy inverters inside here, with each of them having 6 battery stacks stacked underneath them. And as you know, Sigenergy, built-in fire suppression on the inside. So added safety feature, we've also added fire suppression to the entire container.
I think one of the key challenges was during the design phase, we wanted to fit as many inverters into a container, but we also had to be aware of heat as well as safety and everything that needs to come with that. So our team designed the system to make sure that we've got enough heat dissipation. The air conditioning was designed perfectly to make sure that the containers stay cool. And then obviously what we had to do is, instead of building it inside 2 containers, we actually went to 4 containers, which are standing next to each other and on top of each other, to tie all of this into one single system.
So you've got the built-in 5 levels of fire suppression at the battery level and aerosol.
Yeah, because in South Africa, it is a requirement that when you do this, you have to have external fire suppression as well.
And why the design with the 45-degree angle?
So one of the main reasons why we did this was because of the thermal load. So we've got air conditioning inside here. You can feel that it's nice and cool. Currently, we're drawing about 0.5 megawatts on this container, and you can hear that it's completely silent and it's really cool on the inside. So we're really managing the efficiency of the system.
That's amazing. 0.5 megawatt load, not a whisper. It's incredible.
We really actually looked at something that could actually provide them with energy savings, as well as ride them through the blackout periods that we are currently experiencing in South Africa, as well as reduce their energy demand off the grid and build a more sustainable future for them going forward.
One of the main things for us was Sigenergy came onto the market and they really threw it over as if it was this eureka moment in the solar energy space. How have you experienced that in Australia?
Yeah, in fact, I use an analogy. I call it the iPhone moment for our industry. I mean, the iPhone came out and suddenly phones were different forever.
Yeah.
I think with the Sigenergy store design, inverters, best systems are different forever, and this is the leader.
At the end of the day, with all the help from the engineers in China, everybody jumping into the design, our team, Andre, Eugene, everybody building this, we actually achieved that, and we have done multi-testing already, and we are achieving the seamless changeover, and that is why Sigenergy has really been instrumental in getting South Ocean through everything that they require. I think containerized energy storage is a huge business going forward. I really think that there will be more of this happening. one of the biggest reasons for that is that a lot of sites don't have specified inverter rooms built. We build the containers with enough fire suppression and everything inside. It's not part of the building, it's on the outside. We can make sure that everything is designed and it's also movable. So should you decide to move your factory or your business, you'll be able to pick up the container and move it to wherever you want to move it in the future.
So Andion, what made you guys decide on implementing Sigenergy into this amazing project that we have here?
Good question. And it wasn't an easy decision. We had to do a proper analysis on what needs to be achieved for the client. And you brought it up. You've got the solution. We looked at, there's two options that was available, but what we had to achieve was the seamless switchover.
So that was the number one non-negotiable for the client.
Number one. Everyone tells us that they have a millisecond solution.
Yeah.
What that millisecond is, no one knows. There's a number.
Yeah.
The number for us over here was seamless.
Zero. That's not the only thing we are solving here. We're also looking at reducing your energy consumption. So what is the projections and everything that is being put on the table about how much would you reduce your energy consumption by?
So in cable manufacturing, your three major costs, excluding materials, is labor, electricity, energy,
Yeah.
and maintenance cost.
Yeah.
So maintenance you don't have much control over.
Correct.
Everybody buys the same parts and equipment from Europe
Yeah.
or Taiwan or China. Labor we all pay the same. So, you know, the only area where we saw a benefit, where we could really become the lowest cost producer, was to look at our energy consumption.
Correct.
With the calculations Andion did, it was clear that we're going to save 30% plus.
Yeah.
And
And then also the AI that's built inside Sigenergy. So
Exactly.
as time goes on, it's going to learn, and it's going to make smarter decisions without the customer even knowing about it, offsetting his energy consumption even more.
Exactly. And then we are able to achieve those numbers of getting the financial cost covered by the savings.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing.
Well, you mustn't just think of energy and downtime, eh? You must think of scrap, right?
Yeah.
You know, we run 30 odd extrusion lines, we run 20 odd rotating machines, and every time the power dips or goes off,
It's scrap.
I've got scrap.
Yeah.
So we can reduce our scrap by at least 50%, if not more.
I mean, that's massive savings.
because we
at the end
started
of the day.
recording the scrap because we needed it for the justification.
Down the line, it will also make lead times a lot shorter.
Of course.
You know, because
Of course.
being a factory, you know, long lead times is sometimes a problem for you know, us being a customer of South Ocean. We understand that lead times becomes a bit of a problem, and you guys never have control over those lead times when you have these outages and downtime, because downtime creates a lot of potential failures.
Look, every time the power goes off or my machine trips, you strip that extruder, you clean it up, and you put it back together again.
Correct.
Then short lengths. You guys don't like short
No.
lengths. We produce standard lengths, 300 and 500s. Every time this power dips, because not all our machines have got new energy saving drives in
Yeah.
there. So it's got a worse effect if the power dips and comes back on, because
Yeah.
everything stops.
And then doesn't start again.
It doesn't
Some of
start
them
again.
are working, and then it's just this whole
So it's a
concertina
mess,
effect
you know,
of a mess.
So we're really excited, you know, it's definitely the future for South Ocean. You know.
Looks like the sprinklers go on inside with PVC shooting all over
Correct.
the place. Yeah. So Andion, what long-term ROI benefits are you guys expecting from the system, and how soon do you expect it to pay for itself?
Yeah, that's a good question. So first important part is the system is modular. We can easily expand. So this is just the start and grow on top of what you already see.
Yeah.
What we calculated on ROI is over a 10-year period.
Yeah.
And that 10-year period is getting the financial cost
Yeah.
covered as much as possible by the solar savings, and not just the solar savings, the battery savings using energy arbitrage.
Yeah, but that is just the savings when we're talking about what the energy system can do with regards to energy reduction, arbitrage, peak load shaving. But then there's this hidden saving that we spoke about just now,
That's
is
it.
downtime.
That's
You know,
it.
those cost saving, once you put that into the calculation,
Yeah.
what do you reckon the ROI looks like? I mean, don't know,
No, so that's a year one payback. So that's
is that a year one payback?
That's how crazy it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're looking at an energy system that can do a 10-year saving because of the capex cost layout.
Yeah.
But just from stopping all of the scrap wastage, time lost, all of that, we're looking from not 10 years, but down to 1 year.
Also that, and putting South Ocean and give them the competitive edge in the market of always being able to provide.
I mean, one of the great things is you guys actually wired this entire system with South Ocean's own manufactured H1Z2, Z2-K cable.
Amazing, yeah.
Yeah, so Andre, just on that, apparently I heard that you are the only one that has got certification on that in South Africa?
That is
For the
correct.
first?
That is correct. We did a lot of research. You know, obviously you got to be cost competitive. So when we started talking about this project, I said, guys, we have to make our own cable. So we tried to make it on confidential machines. We were successful, but it was slow. The process was slow. And as I mentioned, those cost components.
Yeah.
So we put in a state-of-the-art thinning line because
Yeah.
it's a thin conductor, runs at 15 meters a second. So again, if the power
quite
dips
amazing, eh?
at 15 meters a second, you've got a wire break, you've got to restring the whole
Exactly.
machine. Then the polymer that you use is a cross-link material.
Yeah.
So we had to make sure that you do it, you can't do it in a two-stage operation. You've got to have a double pass machine. So I went out worldwide, we went to the wire show in Germany, and we bought the state-of-the-art thinning line from Italy.
Okay.
And we bought the state-of-the-art dual extrusion line that runs at 100 meters a minute.
Oh, that's amazing.
So at the moment, you know, we really the only one in the country that can produce at those efficiency.
So the number one and the first one that can make that cable using the best system in the country or in the world currently available when it comes to efficiency and intelligence, and then, you know, rolling out this amazing project for everybody.
Yes, we're definitely looking at our second factory as well now. And Diana's going to see that this afternoon.
I heard a little bird saying that this is obviously not your only factory.
This is the start. Yes.
How many factories does South Ocean have?
Currently, we've got 2 here in L Road.
Yeah.
We've got one in Barbara Road here on
Yeah.
Fontaine, and we're busy with a huge project. And Diana's part of it, where we are going to build a medium voltage plant in Durban in the IDZ.
And then also I hear that Johannes, your shareholder, is also very, very excited about this.
Yes, Johannes is here today. He's bought some more businesses, and
Yeah.
he wants us to have a look at some of his other businesses as well. You know, he's into the steel industry as well. And what's exciting is we've just got new investors, an American company, and I'm sure we can roll this out into America.
Oh,
I'm very confident
amazing.
about
So
it.
Andy, on US vacation coming up for you sometime.
Let's see about that.
Yeah.
And first I must say thank you for helping us build this amazing system. It's part of the design from the Harold's team. So that's what makes it so special. And for us on our engineering side is you guys helping with delivering a quality product.
Yeah.
So going to new projects gives us that flexibility to use
Know
kind of
that
like
you've got a partner.
cookie cutter solution. We
Yeah.
know it works. You just need to run the numbers and build it and ship it out to wherever it's needed. So that's how.
So I mean, not just in a container form, you know, that Sigenergy's got an IP66 solution.
Yeah.
They can actually stand outside. There's a video showing how they're in torrential rains, working, functioning, all of that. You're going to see them when we do a visit to China to the factory. All I want to know from you is, with regards to Sigenergy at a total, how are you going to implement Sigenergy into Greensun's business looking to the future?
Yes, the question is, we are definitely on board now with Sigenergy. We had our reservations. As you know, in the market, it seems like South Africa
Is the guinea pig?
is the guinea pig for new technology. And we've tested it, and we are solidly convinced it is easy. We've done retirement villages, we've done farms, obviously this amazing project,
Yeah.
and no comebacks or any issues. So
I must say to you, we've been in this product for quite some time now. There is like absolutely almost zero failure rates. We're really seeing is when I had a chat with Glenn earlier, he said, and he mentioned something that actually stuck with me. He says, you know, Sigenergy came on the market, and Sigenergy for the solar industry was like the iPhone moment for the telecoms industry. It's really taken it up to a next level, and I'm really looking forward to building a strong relationship with Greensun, South Ocean on all of your projects moving forward, and that we can roll this out and get you that 1 year payback on this system once we're up and running.
Also important to note is batteries and inverters are just the hardware side of things. But it's more than that. It's the value that you're getting from the system. That's the AI functionality we're seeing. Is adjusting to what the needs are per site.
Well, what impressed me was Johan du Plessis took me through, you know, and we sit at the tip of Africa. I see it with the machines. I mean, I carry millions of maintenance spares for my machines because if you want a spare, you got to get it from Europe.
Yeah.
Johan showed me your test and repair laboratories on each of your sites. So look, nothing lasts forever.
Correct.
If something goes wrong, it doesn't have, I mean, even my diameter gauges right now, I've got to take it out. That machine is standing, I've got to send it to Germany. Yeah, I mean, it can go to Centurion or Cape Town and get it repaired in South Africa.
Amazing part about it is that with this system, there's no repair warranty. So it doesn't even go into our repair centers. If there is a product failure within the 10 years, it's immediate swap out. The product gets sent directly to site, no cost to you, and the EPC gets known, and the swap out is so quick. It's really amazing how you can just, without even shutting down. I think that's the
important thing.
You don't need to turn off the system to do maintenance. And we've got 96 levels of redundancy in this system.
Unheard of.
Yeah, also the space, you know, we've all got space constraints because you expand and you build and this is so modular. And I mean, you and the other day we brought it in. I mean, the crane was parked outside, he moved those containers all in one day. These containers were dropped here all in one day, done, safe. Nobody was stressed out, no damages to our equipment or anything outside. And we can expand, we can put more containers on top, you know. So it's really, this is a very, very practical solution for the South African environment. You know, we all come from old factories where you run out of space. And this solution, you can put it anywhere, man.
Andion, Andre, it's really been amazing working with you guys as the EPC on this amazing project, and also with you, Andre. I mean, us being a long-standing customer of South Ocean, we're really proud to be part of this project, and we're here to look forward to the future building it with you.
Thank you, Ian, likewise.
Thanks, Ian.
Okay, Glenn, so we've been to this site that was built by Greensun, and the container that we built for them with a Sigenergy storage system inside it. What is your views on how we generate, store and distribute energy on that site, being a cable factory?
Well, first up, I'm just so impressed by the visuals. Beautiful design. Open that container door and looked like a work of art. So the visuals were very impressive. But then we looked at the numbers. The fact that you've got 96 Site and Store systems working as one massive load shedding capable renewable generating system that can support a cable factory with a 1.7 megawatt peak load and can switch in 0 milliseconds is unheard of. I was just flabbergasted.
So on the containers that we built and the design that we did here, how do you see the design of containers and container storage systems being deployed in other places?
I mean, data centers would be an obvious one. Data centers generally have a backup diesel generator. One of the challenges now, I'm not sure if it's the same case in South Africa, but the removal of some of the additives to diesel means that the diesel bug is back. And the diesel bug thickens diesel. So it only has a shelf life of 6 to 12 months, and you've got to replace all that diesel. And so there's a huge wastage. But a renewable energy system, or even just a storage system that's on standby, there's no maintenance, there's no downtime, there's no losses.
And what about things like microgrids?
Yeah, totally. So you can, in the case of a system that I've been involved with in Australia, we could just plonk in a containerized solution to replace a 500 kVA grid feed and provide a microgrid for that community very quickly.
Just touching back on this container that you've seen, and what, if you had to sum it up in one sentence, what would that be?
One word: awesome.
Awesome.
Awesome, yeah. Like, this just wow factor is tremendous. Yeah. I mean, I've seen some big systems before, but just rows and rows of boring batteries on a rack just isn't the same as seeing the beauty of a row of Site and Stores with their lights trickling down.
Any advice you'd have for a business considering a containerized energy storage system built by Harold?
Modularity. So you think you know what you need, Harold's build it for you. You discover you need more, Harold's comes back, adds a few more. It's the modularity of Site and Store, or Sigenergy full stop, is one of the keys to their success.
Yeah, so if anybody wants to learn more about the CES or containerized energy storage systems that we offer, they can just reach out to our sales team. We've got a dedicated team. We just haven't had you to the factory where we built them, but we build them custom per design for every single customer. And with Sigenergy, I really think that we found a great product to fit inside these containers, which just makes things a whole lot easier for the end client.